Yo, what is up guys? It is Skaarm, and for today's video, I'm going to be doing a little tier list video on my favorite SBCs, or basically every SBC I have done throughout this year of FIFA 22. Of course, this video is pre-team of the season and all of that. Community team of the season votes are out now and stuff like that. But hey, these are about like 30 to 40 players that I have done throughout the year. Not many of them are great, I'll be honest here. We don't have too many great players on the list. But I still will be listing these through the GOAT tier, the good value tier, the mid, shit, and fodder tier. But before that, let me get ready for this occasion. Alright, and I think we're ready now, so let's start it off. Let's go from the bottom of the tier list. Of course, this is, these players might change around. We're starting off with the flashback Muller. I did this because I'm a Bayern fan. And I'm gonna put him in shit, honestly, he was terrible. Next player, we'll go with Haller. Honestly, I did this guy for the memes. Anytime he came off the bench, I mean, he was pretty good. So, you know what? We'll give him in the mid tier for now. Fakir, oh my god, what an absolute beast. We gotta put him in the GOAT tier for sure. If you guys had this SBC, I mean, you already know how good of a player he really was. He just had an absolute power shot. Let me say that. We have Andre Silva. We definitely did that for Fodder. Calvert-Lewin, honestly, I kind of did him for the memes, kind of didn't, but wow, was he shit. We have a War, who's actually pretty good. He's between the mid to good value tier for me. Maybe we might put him in good value at the back of the list, at least we'll see. Muller again. This one was honestly better than the last one, so we'll put him there at mid. Politano, pretty good. He's definitely between the mid to good value tier. I used him as a super sub, so I can't really say too much about him. We'll put him in mid. He wasn't as good as the previous series that we have seen a Politano card. And wow, was he good. Back in the years, at least. In terms of Zola, I did this card. Within a week, he was in an SBC, so I gotta say, he was pretty shit. He was probably at the upper ends of shit tier, that's for sure. We have Zahavi. We just did him for the fodder value. Now we have Pavard. I mean, I'm a Bayern fan. I had to do it. We didn't win. We couldn't beat Villarreal. It is what it is. Sad days as always. I have yet to play a game with him. I honestly just did him just to support Bayern. But I guess he would go around here, maybe around there. Seems right. Now we have Mkhitaryan. I mean, everyone, if you guys have used this card, you guys know he is basically very, very similar to the Cruyff-esque card. Of course, he didn't link into my squad, never has. He still is on my bench. So I'm going to have to put him around the good value to GOAT tier. I'll keep him in GOAT for now. We'll see how it goes. But I do think he was a great card. Just very hard to link. And Fakir was a different breed. I mean, this card was just different. Then we have Sangre. We're going to throw him into fodder. We have Clivert. I mean, I kind of did this card in hopes he would be pretty good pretty quickly, but he just never did. So I'll put him in fodder, but he technically is just shit. Then we're going to have Nkunku. I mean, hey man, all you guys do love this card. I know that everyone loves him in this year in FIFA. I did his shooting card. I know I'm weird for that. Definitely weird for that. But I gotta say, he was not very good. He lasted a lot of games just because of the value I paid for him. And for that reason, I gotta put him at the top of this shit tier. We have Ozil. I kind of did him for the memes. It's one of the last years he's gonna have a good card, so I thought might as well do him. He wasn't bad, but I wouldn't put him anywhere past Haller here. That's for sure. Haller was actually pretty good of his super sub. Then we're gonna have Phil Jones. I mean, come on, GOAT tier. Obviously, what am I doing? All right, here, there we go. Phil Jones, ladies and gentlemen, the absolute beast himself. Then we have Benzema. What a card this guy really was. An absolute terror to play against for me. I personally didn't think he was as good as other people's Benzemas were. So I can't really put him up ahead of Fakir. I really think this Mkhitaryan is way too big of a steal. He's literally Cruyff off the bench for me. So I'm going to have to put Benzema in the third part of the GOAT tier here. Then we have Kostic. I mean, I played with him, but I really didn't. I kind of just took him for the fodder's sake. We'll rearrange the fodder area and all of these in a second, but for now, we're just going to throw him right into fodder. Canes, I did this card in hopes he would be a good super sub 5-star weak fit and all of that, and he was shit. So we're going to throw him right at the end of shit tier. Alfonso Davies, I mean, this guy's been in my squad since. I'm a Bayern fan. I'm Canadian. I gotta put this guy all the way up to the absolute top of GOAT tier here. All right, there we go. So, yep, Alfonso Davies staying in my squad. I know he's not actually the best left back in the game at this point in the game, but hey, man, for me, this is a GOAT. All right, so let's get that a little zoomed in. Pandiv, I did this SBC for the memes, obviously. Um, he's pretty shit, obviously, as well. So we might as well go put him there. We'll put him ahead of Muller, Calvert-Lewin, and Keynes. He was still better than them in terms of off the bench ability. Boateng, once again, did this card for the memes. A lot of these cards are honestly for the memes for me. And with that being said, we're gonna just go put Boateng right after Keynes, just at the bottom of shit tier. And now we have a very expensive card for when he did come out. Of course, first promo of the year, ones to watch. And this card was shit, man. He didn't get upgrades until very late in the year. And when he did, he just wasn't that good. I was expecting him to be a little like previous years in FIFA, but he just wasn't that guy. And for that reason, honestly, I'm going to go put him as low as down here. Yes, he might be a better player than pretty much all four of the players in front of him, but man, for that value, how many coins I put into him at the start of the year, within like 2 weeks of the games coming out, I have to put him down below all the way. Next up, we got Draxler, and what a fucking beast. I know, you guys don't like him. I've seen it in the comments. People were not a fan of this card, mainly because of the price. But god damn, you guys missed out. Pro players were using this card. That's how I know he was not bad. And for that reason, I'm honestly gonna go put him. It's between him and Mkhitaryan, and man, I don't play the game enough for me to say Mkhitaryan's an absolute beast, but I gotta say he is. People are comparing the card to Cruyff, so I gotta keep Mkhitaryan ahead of Draxler. For that reason, I'm honestly gonna go throw Benzema down below a little bit. Too many players in the GOATs here, that's for sure. Then we have Matip. We're gonna throw him right into Fodder. Or Salini. We're gonna throw him right into Fodder. And then we have Sal. He was actually very good. Great value card here. I'm gonna put him ahead of Awar. He was better for me. I definitely do think this card was very good for the time he did come out. I think he was fair value, and for that reason, yeah. Next one, we're gonna go put Bodu here. I was expecting a couple upgrades. If anything, he is not fodder because he's a 76 rated card. But honestly, I don't even want to play him in shit tier because I never even used him. I was just hoping and praying he'd get a couple upgrades early into the year. Then we have Lucas Paqueta. It was a great card for when he came out. I gotta say that, but I didn't get enough games in with him, man. I really didn't get enough games in with him. I do believe he was better than this Alwar here, so we're gonna put him ahead of there. But at least with Sal, I did play a lot of games with him. Lucas Paqueta, within 10 games, I did bench him. That's obviously because he came out during the Team of the Year promotion, and I did pack a couple of Team of the Years, so I did bounce him out the squad. Next up, we're gonna have Hadji, and man, I had expectations for this card, but god damn, this card was shit. We're gonna put him right ahead of Keynes. Both these cards did him for the super sub value. 5-star weak foot, and they were just so disappointing. Now we have Caligari. Of course, this card is also great value. He was like 50k, and he just has really good stats, so I gotta put him in the good value tier. That's for sure, for me at least. And the final player, I gotta say, Sule has been one of the best center backs this year. And of course, he just came out so early. I have to say, he is the GOAT. Despite Alfonso Davies being my favorite player at current moment in real life, I gotta say, Sule was ahead of him. This, in my opinion, was the best defender SBC that did come out this year. He was basically guaranteed that upgrade. It was Barcelona versus Bayern. What did you expect other than a Bayern win? Of course, a little biased with that Bayern jersey on, but man, I expected it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people expected it. I know that Gerard Piqué was still phenomenal despite no upgrade. But this Sule is one of the best center backs in the game. Still in my squad, and I'll show you guys my squad at the end of the video. But nonetheless, I think GOATs here, yes, Sule, Davies, Fakir for sure, Mkhitaryan, and Draxler for me. I think that's the perfect GOATs here. And then we look into good value. I mean, Benzema, hey, maybe not the greatest for me, but for a lot of people he was. So I still got to put him up here. Just missing out on the GOATs here. Of course, he did get that downgrade for me. Then we have Sal. I played a lot of games with him, so I gotta give it to him. Paquetza didn't get enough games, but I do know how good he actually was. We have Awar, great card. Caligari, very, very good card. I could probably interchange both these cards. Honestly, I might even do it. Alright, and yeah, that's the squad. That is definitely it. I'll show you guys my squad on FIFA now, though. Alright, and here is the squad. I mean, as you guys can see, we have two of my GOAT tier players right here in Davies and Sule. Both playing, both with many, many matches. 423 for Davies and Sule with nearly 500 now. Just two absolute beasts. Absolutely beasts. Honestly, now that I'm here, I just realized I did miss out on one player here, and that's going to be Weghorst. I'd probably put him in the GOAT tier. Maybe drop Draxler down to the good value tier. So I would probably put Weghorst right here where Draxler is. Move Draxler all the way down to the good value, and just everyone else gets pushed down to the right one. I think Weghorst is an absolute beast. And let's go see. I've played 12 games, 12 goals, 2 assists. 6'6", man. He's just really good, and he can honestly turn as well at 6'6". That's insane. And I've also missed the Origi, so that's unfortunate, but I know that's actually the last player I did miss. So in terms of Origi, I'd probably put him in the good value tier as well, right after Draxler, in between Benzema as well. With Mkhitaryan, the man himself, 20 goals, 20 assists, 23 games off the bench. Oh my god, this guy's a beast. I've definitely had to play some shit players though. How the fuck did I get those stats with him? Then we have Club Legend in Draxler on the bench as well. 100 goals, basically 100 assists from 250 games. We have Pavard here with 0 games played. That's basically it. Apart from that though, guys, that is going to be the video. So please do make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Peace out.